get set, where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of times you'll hear martial artists talking about their teachers and their senseis. Well, I'm going to dedicate this video to a teacher or sensei who was an actual teacher or sensei, as in an educator, that I had in high school. He was our high school principal, named Mr. Russ. He passed away close to the time of this video, but not quite exactly on it. And in terms of martial arts, he was the man who, after breaking up a fight between me and two other people in high school, he sat me down in his office, and he didn't bring the pain, he brought the shame, and he brought it in a good way. He wasn't negative about it at all. He just simply told me that, I'm not quite sure what you did out there, but you looked like you knew what you were doing, especially the way you rolled out of that kick. Because somebody had kicked me in the mouth, and when I was on the ground, I actually rolled out of it and came back up and slipped like 95% of the blow. I know you don't believe it, internet, but that's what happened. So he said, if you know how to do that, then you ought to know how to behave. And you should not be out there fighting and misbehaving like that. Of course, being a typical stupid kid, I rejected it. And I was like, no, man, it was blah, blah, blah. You know, I did that teenage thing. But of course, the more I thought about it, the more I realized that he was right. And I think that was the pivotal moment, I would say the last straw, in me really truly realizing that I needed to get formal lessons, or I should say I needed to stay with formal lessons. So that was the one thing that made me stay with formal lessons was, and it was Mr. Russ again. I got into a fight, and I thought that the guy that I fought did pretty well, and he had training and I didn't. Or I should say, I did not realize that I had training. So that made me look for formal lessons. But then I kind of drifted out of it and didn't want to stick with it. But after I got in that fight with those two guys, and like one, they kicked me in the face and I rolled out of it. And that's when he just said, look, the martial arts is supposed to teach you martial arts is supposed to teach you how to act, not just how to fight. And you're capable of more than that. And he set me straight, and he set me down a very good path, and I had respect for that man for like the rest of my life, pretty much. And I didn't realize how old he was. But now, because when I knew him, of course, he was a lot younger, because I'm 50 years old now, so we're talking almost 4 decades ago. He looked very youthful. Very youthful, and I thought that he was as young as like my mother and them, but he actually was not. He actually was a lot older than them then. So now I see why it's like everyone just defers to this man's wisdom and and intelligence, which he had in spades. But it turns out he also had a lot more life experience than everybody else, because he's actually older than my father is. So rest in peace, Mr. Russ. And the teachers that influence martial artists aren't just the teachers that teach them how to punch and kick. This teacher was very influential because he taught me when I should not punch and kick. And for that, I'm forever going to be grateful. And I hope that that's one lesson I can carry on and teach to my students and the people watching these videos. So thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share it with people that talk about the martial arts. Rest in peace, Mr. Russ. And I know I'm not the only person that's going to miss him, because all on Facebook, there's a lot of people talking about the good things that he did for all of us. Even some of the educators, I didn't know he had a big impact on them too. And peace. And as always, thank you for your time.